Don't give one here. And I wanted to talk about the hospitals because right now I've actually got a friend who can't go to the hospital for surgery or anything like that because she actually had to quit work. I think she said a couple years ago because she's had something wrong with her back and she can't do stuff like she used to. Like she can't bend over, she can't move her back certain ways, and it's gonna get worse as she gets older. But the last time she had seen the doctor, um, he said it was probably something temporary, but she still can't do too much, and she's trying every day. And what I find ridiculous is that she doesn't have insurance, and just because she doesn't have insurance, she can't go to the doctor. And I find that really ridiculous. It's something really ridiculous in the States. And I feel like that's probably the most ridiculous thing ever because I feel like we have it has backwards over here. And then in certain other countries, the doctors don't get paid until the patient is better. I feel like that's really something to think about because doctors get paid over here and it's fucking ridiculous because they get paid upfront or however insurance decides to pay for it. Or if you don't have insurance and you go to the doctor and then they bill you a shit ton of money just for being seen for 5 minutes. And I feel like that's ridiculous. That's stupid. I feel like the doctors should literally get to know their patients and not get to know them as in like a very big emotional state kind of no. Because there are a lot of people who will use doctors to get medicine, which is obviously bad, but I feel like the doctor should actually fully examine the person when they come in to see if any other possible anything is wrong, even if they don't feel it yet. I mean, there's a lot of people who could have like an STD or AIDS or anything like that, and they do draw blood, usually. I don't know if they do it to everybody, but the I just feel like it's stupid to pay them up front because I do heavily believe that if we paid them after we were better, I feel like that would make for a better society because insurance technically shouldn't mean anything unless insurance is being used for the right reasons. And as of right now, a lot of people are out of insurance because that's what they do. Like they just take it away from you. Like fuck you. This is this is what you're getting. You get it for this many years, and then if you don't go to the doctor, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, if you don't blah blah blah, and you have to fill out like a shit ton of paperwork yourself just to keep it. So I guess if you die and you don't get taken to the hospital because you don't have insurance, then I guess they just bury you without a coffin because that's just might as well be what they do. It's just fucking ridiculous. It's a very intelligent thing to think about because if I didn't have to pay the doctor, I still have insurance, but if I didn't have to pay the doctor up front with my insurance or anything like that, I feel like I would be a lot better off if they actually could find what was wrong with me, if they could actually find what all is going on up here, because I have seizures, and I didn't even find that out from the hospital. From as many things that they've done to my head, they've never found that out at a hospital. And then I had to go to a specialist that personally told me, "Hey, you got this," and it's happens a lot in your sleep, happens a lot when you're awake. Um, you space out and you don't even know where you are. And I didn't even know that until then, and that was probably last year that I found that out. And I've probably had seizures my whole life, and I didn't even know that. And that's probably why I've wrecked most of the cars that I had. That's probably why I've done stuff that I don't remember. That's probably why I'll stop if I've come into a door and I don't know the place, I'll stop right as soon as I enter, and then I'll notice I forgot where I am. And then I'll continue walking around, and there'll be like a pressure built up in my head, and the way it releases is when I have seizures, the pressure eases off. And I have them multiple times during the day. Sometimes they do, like, you'll notice it when it's really bad if I'm stuttering a lot, which is in the last two or third last or second last video that I've actually made. And it's yeah, it's I just feel like we should pay doctors when we're better, because that just makes more sense. It would actually give doctors a chance to actually learn something instead of not trying for their patients and them getting worse, and then something else happening and then them dying or anything like that. And they say you can't have an emotional connection to your patients, but really I think that's the most important thing, because if you can actually heal them and get them somewhere going in life and actually make them better, I feel like the world will be a better place. Because I've seen a lot of good people die just because the doctor didn't do what the fuck he was supposed to do. And I really hate that. But hopefully it changes. That's my thoughts on it. I'll see you all later.